Hi, my name's Claire. So you may know me on Twitter as Merialc, Merialc. It's my name backwards. Um, you may also know me on Instagram as Ferret Gibbon. It's a long story. We'll come to that one another time. I am a knitter, a crocheter, a sewer, a cross stitcher. I am an environmentalist. I'm extremely left wing. I'm quite sweary. I'm a big comedy fan. I love theatre. Basically, there's a lot of stuff going on here and there's a bit of everything. I live in Hastings, which is a seaside town on the south coast of England. It's a really wonderful town. It's very vibrant. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm sure I'll tell you more about that as time goes on. I work in London for an environmental charity. I commute up to London 4 or 5 days a week, depending on the week, and that gives me quite a lot of commuting time, which is fantastic for podcasts and great for knitting. It's also great for mindlessly flicking through social media, which is slightly less effective use of time. So what this is not a full-length podcast. I'm not going to be doing regular hour-long podcasts like I know a lot of people are doing. What this is some video content to complement a blog that I've started writing, the Ferret Gibbon blog, and I think just wanted to spice it up basically. So there's going to be some written content, some photo content, there might be some audio content, and in this instance some video content. I am going to try my best to make sure that all the content is accessible to people, so I will be adding transcriptions of videos and any sound recordings that I'll do. I will try to put descriptions in of photos that I take and include. If I forget to do any of that at any point, please do call me out on it, because it really is my intention to try and make this accessible to everybody. The things I'm likely to be talking about during these little videos or blogs is basically all the things that I'm interested in. So there will probably be a very high knitting and crafting content, but very likely to skew into theatre, comedy, whatever it is that's pissed me off that day. I will try and keep everything categorised, so if you're only interested in knitting or crafting content, hopefully you'll be able to find that really quickly. Other things that might crop up in this, I'm a member of a local drumming group, so you might hear about that. That involves quite a lot of dressing up, face paint, fire, booze, so that might come into. Yeah, hopefully that gives you a little bit of a kind of indication of the kind of person that I am and the kind of things that I do. So from crafty perspective, I wanted to show you a little project that I'm working on at the moment, which ties into, I think, about 3 of the other things that I've already spoken about today. So this is my current knitting project, which is difficult to hold up in front of a camera when the camera is this close. But yeah, so this is my Iona dress, which I think is a Heather Dixon pattern. I will double check that. I am knitting this on a bit of a tight timescale at the moment because I need it finished, hopefully, fingers crossed, for the 1st of December, which is the St Leonard's Frost Fair, which is a bit of a parade for the local town, St Leonard's. I'll be there with my drumming group. Loads of people will be dressed up in white, silver stuff. Yeah, so it'll be really good fun. There'll be a lot of dressing up, a lot of music, a lot of drumming, and it's a good excuse to sort of get out with the local community and do something fun. So that's the plan for the Iona dress. If I don't get it in time, it will still get worn this year because I've deliberately chosen the theme of my work's Christmas party to make sure that I can wear it for that as well. No fault here. I've still got probably half the skirt still left to knit. So I'm trying to, basically I'm on to knitting as speedily as I can by this point because I've only got 2 weeks to get it finished. I'm predominantly knitting it with Drops Lima yarn, which is really cute. It's just a very natural colour, wool and alpaca mix, which I ordered from Wool Warehouse. And it just works really well with this. So I'm looking for something that's quite rustic in look. I'm going to be wearing mad wig, horns, antlers, faux fur cuffs and collars, that kind of thing with this. Lots of face paint. So that's the kind of look that I'm going for with this. So that yarn worked just really nicely. I have also got a ball of really squishy C Brett Chinchilla. Squishy. Basically just because it's squishy. But also what I'm planning on doing, like just a little bit of a loop around the very bottom of the skirt just to make it look a bit snowy, really. So when everything's finished, I'll just finish it off a little bit with that. So squishy. Look at that fluff. All the fluff. It's not going to last, is it? But yeah, that's my main project at the moment that I'm working on. I have a lot of things on the needles in various bags, cupboards, hidey holes, all sorts of places. And I'll start probably going through those with you over the next weeks, months. But this is my priority. I'm really trying not to get distracted by anything at the moment. That dress is definitely my priority. Although, having said that, a couple of weeks ago, a little while ago, I went to the Knitting and Stitching Show at Alexandra Palace, and I bought some really gorgeous brushed cotton fabric that I made some pyjamas out of. I'm not a big sewist. Definitely not a sewer, but one of those two. I've made lots of bunting before, and I've stitched advent calendars and things like that, but I've not really done any garments. I've not really done any garments before knitting either, so the dress is like a whole new thing for me as well. But at the Knitting and Stitching Show, so I bought some brushed cotton fabric, and I made matching his and hers Christmas pyjama bottoms for me and my husband. Yes, I did. I've even got a picture of him wearing them. It's great so far. But I really enjoyed making them. It was such a simple pattern. I say pattern. I cut round small trousers and sewed 2 pieces of fabric together. There was no planning involved in it, no pattern, no structure. But I did really enjoy it, and they are really comfortable. So I bought some more brushed cotton fabric so I can make myself some more pyjamas. Because, yes, I mean, basically pyjamas are everything. So, but sewing takes so much less time than knitting that I can probably justify spending a couple of hours on Sunday not knitting to get those done, and hopefully still make my 1st of December deadline for the dress. Hopefully. Yeah. So that's probably all I'm going to talk about today. As I said, I'm going to try and keep these quite short. There'll be little snippets. They'll be coming irregularly, as and when I think that there's something that I want to say which makes more sense for me to say in video format rather than just as a blog post. If there is anything that you want me to talk about particularly, please do leave comments below. That's what people do, isn't it? They point at where the comments box is. There, down there. And yeah, I'll probably be talking more in the future about Hastings, about my drumming, tell you a little bit about some other blogs and things that I've been watching and who those people are that have somehow managed to convince me to myself to do this. Yes, lots of rambling. I will try to not to ramble so much in the future. I kind of vaguely had a plan, and I've kind of vaguely said everything that I wanted to say, so that's a really good start, but we'll see how things go from there. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this, if anyone out there has watched it. And yes, it was lovely to see you, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.